But business-wise for a long time.
Oh, that's why it's only business. It was really, away from that, I explained why I didn't hang out with him. Right? Because fluffy stuff going on.
It's not your scene.
It's not my style.
Not your scene.
They hug you from front and back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. Like, and I'm like, what you mean? Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. Like, and now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards. Or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree. Now, like, and when I say people respond, how people respond to things matter, like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, yo, nah, I gotta spend $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this. And it's in it only because he's uncomfortable. You don't hear him talking about French? French is right there. Right? Why get so quiet? You guys make me feel like I'm so scared.
Well, it's a lot.
No, they see this. You see this. They see this. They see this. No, you see this. They want to act like, oh, we got nothing to do with that.
A new lawsuit has once again dragged Jay-Z into the spotlight, largely because of his long-standing association with Diddy, while 50 Cent continues to amplify the pressure by publicly calling out anyone even loosely connected to the situation. Meanwhile, Diddy's legal troubles are intensifying. His defense team is now pushing for a significant trial delay as a newly filed indictment alleges the number of potential victims could climb into the hundreds, signaling that the scope of the case may be far larger than initially understood. Adding to the mounting tension, Cassie has confirmed she will testify, with many anticipating her account could be a turning point. As these developments unfold, attention is shifting to the widening circle of high-profile figures linked to Diddy, and how each connection may factor into a much.
Offered to take you shopping. Yeah, Meek is in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Stop it, man. I actually was not offended by what I was offended by. Guys may say to a girl, you know, like, let me take you shot. See? Damn, she found it that quick.
What do you think's happening in the middle?
I don't know what's going on. Because it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now we gotta hang out now. Like, you know, like, hang out. Yeah. She said, I don't know, man, I take you shopping and I get you some flash and you can give me the, like, the hood. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm gonna mess up the way. Certain things they let it go by because it's rough. He wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway.
All these years, you being the only one calling this out.
I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
You're a hater. You're a hater.
Yes, yeah, and everybody's complaining about it.
Believe it or not, 50 Cent may be the most immediate threat Diddy is facing right now. His relentless campaign to spotlight Diddy's alleged behavior and the powerful network surrounding him has only intensified public scrutiny. During a recent podcast appearance, 50 claimed that Meek Mill was once seen at a party wearing coordinated outfits with Diddy. He also said Diddy had invited him on a shopping trip, an offer he declined after sensing there was more behind it than casual networking. Meek, however, reportedly accepted the invitation, viewing Diddy as a potential gateway to greater influence and opportunity within the industry.
And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire's lunch. You understand?
Right.
And we're here together, and we're going to keep staying together. We're getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else. To us.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. No, trophies. Trophies came over everybody. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. If you look at his career, you know what I'm saying? He show up. He had like 20 now. He had like 18 since he's been down. He had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
I had some of the things he got from since he's like drinking. It's the cop.
Wait a minute. You said the success is derived from the marriage.
Absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as, well, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones, because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh,
You can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go prior to that, one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see their kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing. They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the awards ceremony.
Jay-Z is also finding it increasingly difficult to stay on the sidelines as the controversy continues to grow. His long-standing ties to Diddy, along with Beyoncé's shared history with him, have pulled their names back into the conversation, especially as critics like 50 Cent and other industry voices question the deeper power dynamics within hip-hop's elite circles. Some commentators argue that these long-running connections reflect more than casual association, pointing to years of overlapping business moves, collaborations, and public appearances. Others have gone further, speculating that Jay-Z and Beyoncé's relationship functions as a highly strategic partnership as much as a personal one, shaped by shared influence and aligned interests at the top of the industry. As the situation becomes more layered and public scrutiny intensifies, Jay-Z's name continues to resurface, making it increasingly difficult for him to remain detached from the unfolding narrative.
As a problematic person was 50 Cent, and it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If there's a new booty in the building, you know he's gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take the, but he wants you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy you're still seeing a major effort to protect the big.
Take a step back and look at who surrounded Diddy during the height of his party era around 2010. Many of those figures openly called him a close friend at the time, yet today they appear eager to create distance, as if those relationships never existed. Artists and industry heavyweights like Busta Rhymes, Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, and Usher were frequently seen in his orbit and long linked to his inner circle. Adding another troubling layer, a 2018 incident at Trump National Doral Golf Course in Miami drew renewed attention when a shooting involving Jonathan Audi led to disturbing claims. Audi alleged he was under Diddy's control and described himself as a victim of exploitation, statements that intensified public scrutiny and left even more unanswered questions about what was really happening behind the scenes.
Def Jam, we the best. You know what it is? It's 2010, baby. It's the takeover. I'm no man.
Happy New Year to the whole planet. God is the greatest. Real talk. And you know, I mean, if there's anything that somebody can say better than that, I'm all ears. But with that being said, continuous blessings to the whole entire universe.
Davis and Ross, which they good boys, okay? They're gay. Both Diddy and Ross and Khaled, they all gay.
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and Diddy,
Yeah.
they all gay?
Yes.
Gotcha. Alright.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter.
Okay.
Okay?
Who support?
Hamas.
Hamas. Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No.
Hamas supporter. Okay? I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard lots.
All about hidden in plain sight. I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How did you know this?
A troubling new development has entered the spotlight. A civil lawsuit has been filed that names Jay-Z, Beyonce, and LeBron James, alleging they were present at a party hosted by Diddy where a man was reportedly abused and publicly humiliated. The plaintiff, Joseph Monero, claims that in 2015 he was drugged, taken against his will, and sexually assaulted as part of what he describes as a coordinated criminal scheme connected to Diddy and others. These allegations have sharply escalated scrutiny around everyone linked to the event. As the case unfolds, additional names could emerge, and many are watching closely to see whether accountability will ultimately be determined through the legal system.
Is facing new accusations of human trafficking as he awaits his federal trial. In a civil case filed in Florida April 1st, Joseph Manzaro alleges, according to court documents obtained by E! News, that he was drugged, transported against his will, and sexually maimed as a victim of a coercive and organized criminal enterprise facilitated by Combs and others back in 2015, and named celebs such as Beyonce, Jay-Z, and LeBron James as witnesses in the lawsuit. In his filing, Manzaro says the alleged events took place in April 2015. He states that he lost consciousness after feeling a, quote, greasy substance resembling Vaseline as he opened the front door to his home, after which he says he was transported to another residence, where an associate of Combs allegedly told him that the music mogul wanted him brought to a freak-off event. Manzaro alleges in the suit he was secretly transferred to the music producer's home through a concealed tunnel allegedly connected to Gloria Estefan and Emilio Estefan's Miami property. He alleges that upon regaining partial consciousness, he found himself inside a large party area upon information and belief that it was a birthday party for Combs' then 17-year-old son Christian Combs. There he was allegedly forced to appear in a penis mask. The lawsuit states, Jay-Z and Beyonce Knowles Carter were seated in the room, and upon seeing Manzaro, Beyonce Knowles Carter asked, "What's this? What's this all about? Why is this half-naked white man with a penis mask standing here in front of me?" Manzaro alleges in the lawsuit that he was then forcibly paraded through multiple rooms filled with people who were jeering and taunting him.
High-profile individuals, including Jacob Arabo, Jay-Z, Gloria Estefan, LeBron James, and Beyonce Knowles Carter, are identified as witnesses due to their presence or knowledge of the events surrounding the freak-off orchestrated by defendant Diddy. Wow. And freak-off, of course, is something that we've heard many times before, both in Combs' criminal case and other civil cases, to describe these prolonged sexual episodes, usually with sex workers. But Manzaro is suing Sean Combs. He is suing a man named Eric Mejias. He is suing Brendan Paul, who's been described in another lawsuit as Sean Combs' drug mule, Emilio Estefan, who is married to pop superstar Gloria Estefan, and Adria English, who filed her own lawsuit against Sean Combs, claiming she too was a victim of sex trafficking. By the way, it's interesting he's not suing these other celebrities that I mentioned, like Jay-Z and Beyonce and Gloria Estefan, possibly because he doesn't believe their alleged liability amounted to a civil claim, but seems to want to call them as witnesses at a trial, although I have to imagine they will do everything in their power to quash any subpoena should this case progress.
The situation is no longer confined to the music industry. Attention has now expanded to major Hollywood figures, including Will Smith and Jennifer Lopez, who for years have been rumored to move within Diddy's private social circles. What was once brushed off as speculation or celebrity gossip is now being re-examined under far more intense scrutiny. As criticism of Diddy grows, it has also sparked uncomfortable questions about timing. Why are these conversations happening now after years of silence? Stories of Will and Jennifer attending Diddy's high-profile gatherings have circulated for a long time, often treated casually by the media. Even late-night hosts like Jimmy Kimmel once joked about these connections, framing them as harmless industry chatter rather than something deserving serious attention. Now, those same stories are being viewed through a very different lens.
And what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. You be making memes. I see the memes. I see, no, some of it's funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all that memes. I can stop all of that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people. I ain't get nowhere near that man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's like people get so many things. People say so much stuff, but that one your memes was doing too much.
What has changed is the legal climate surrounding Diddy. As lawsuits continue to mount and scrutiny intensifies, remaining silent may no longer feel like a safe option for those once linked to him. Mentions of celebrities attending his exclusive events are now being reevaluated through a much more serious lens. Some observers believe these recent public statements are driven less by moral accountability and more by self-preservation, particularly if investigators or attorneys begin connecting additionals as the case unfolds.
Well, you just ask questions. You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up? I don't have shit in my past. Everybody got a I took a pill. But it was for me to perform that. For her to remember, boy. I didn't give her a drink so she forget what the f happened. What the f is going on here, bro? Yes, I took it. I gave me a drink to perform. So she can remember and possibly love me for that. It worked. Yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. I'm just saying, this is the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
Why? Well, I don't know why it's so hard for people to figure out.
I feel like you would have something, or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too. This is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues, and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what is that?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip-hop culture could think that everybody in hip-hop culture is with that shit.
Another high-profile name often drawn into these discussions is Leonardo DiCaprio. Beyond the persistent media focus on his personal life, reports have also linked him to appearances at Diddy's exclusive gatherings. As those events come under renewed scrutiny, such associations have fueled speculation, not as evidence of wrongdoing, but as part of a broader picture of how expansive Diddy's social reach once was. Hollywood heavyweights, music industry power players, and influential insiders all seem to operate within the same tightly woven circles, blurring the lines between entertainment, influence, and access.
P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
You've been heavy on social media talking about it.
And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying it's for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
But a lot of the celebrity culture, haven't said anything is because they participated to a degree.
But was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go into the 90s, and KPD said they paid him to kill Tupac.
Yeah.
So look, like the craziest accusations, you had TMZ created a docuseries they went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall of Diddy.
You're one of the first persons in entertainment to really call out people and kind of have that authority in that, to be able to call people out. I mean, which is it's pretty amazing. You're kind of, in some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood. And
I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of peer group of artists that I require to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own from the beginning. So I don't necessarily.
Many high-profile figures are said to be increasingly uneasy as anticipation builds around 50 Cent's upcoming documentary. First teased in December 2023 and expected to arrive in the coming months, the project has generated intense buzz for its promise to peel back the layers of Diddy's private world and the network surrounding him. According to 50 Cent, the focus isn't celebrity gossip or headline-driven rumors, but a deeper examination of the alleged inner mechanics of Diddy's operations, how things were reportedly run, and who may have played roles behind the scenes. That framing shifts the project away from tabloid spectacle and toward a more investigative exposé, helping explain why so many names tied to the story are now said to be on edge.
Yeah, you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle, you weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations, I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else, but I did feel uncomfortable with the way he would present the idea of going to these projects.
So come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it just that long.
Oh, see, you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them, and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like when people don't remember it being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little hard.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. I was saying things not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going, well, like, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like, well, the puppy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. You know, so I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally it's kind of interesting. I think that civil suit turned into a look. They looked at it like maybe it's a criminal situation.
Right.
A little early, and it could have been that same lobbyists and the same people who use their connections to make that happen.
Is that kind of why you was going hard on him the last couple of years? Is it because of the liquor situation? Because, to be honest, since the situation he's in now, it's kind of like, it's like you fell back. You fell back on him. Was this all over the liquor, or you just said?
Well, most of that was motivation, and that was competing,
right?
With brands, but and he was ahead of me.
Right.
Because he had been working on Ciroc and stuff like that. And then integrating it into our culture with Coco Loso and different things with different people connected to it. So, yeah, that's what that was. But when you look at...
Several prominent names have reportedly been linked to Diddy through industry chatter and past social connections, including Usher, Odell Beckham Jr., JRB, Terrence Howard, and Justin Bieber. While none of these mentions amount to proof of wrongdoing, their repeated appearance in conversations has kept public curiosity alive. Adding to the intrigue, Orlando Brown, known for a long history of public controversies, has claimed he holds insider knowledge about entertainers leading double lives, a claim that continues to fuel speculation even as its credibility remains debated. In previous remarks, 50 Cent has stirred controversy by suggesting that some individuals in the entertainment industry participate in arrangements he has referred to as gay for pay, a phrase that sparked strong reactions and criticism. Terrence Howard has spoken on the idea in a broader, more philosophical way, describing it not as a specific practice, but as a metaphorical trade, where personal authenticity, identity, or masculinity is compromised in exchange for fame, power, and financial success. Together, these statements have added another provocative layer to ongoing discussions about image, influence, and the hidden costs of success in the industry.
You tell me put one away for a long time, bro, but do you not hear the of Meek Mill? Do you not hear all the shake it off. Shake it off, take that. Will Smith? Can you not give me the oh God of TD Jakes? Oh. I just don't want to be in the room niggas be actually doing this, man, because that's crazy for a real crip to pull up and be like, yo, my nigga, like, check this out. Like, I really heard Carl Winslow in there. Like, yo, I was like, yo, get slapped like that. Slap. Who was it, baby? I'm like, oh. Next thing you know, he walk in there, and it's actually my mother.
Is Diddy a dangerous man?
No, he missed
fact, that was my mom. Like, that was Jaguar Wright King. That's Carl Winslow, you know.
I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. The women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they...
Attention is now turning squarely to Cassie, who has been confirmed as a key witness in the government's case. Her testimony is expected to provide first-hand insight into the alleged inner workings of Diddy's operations, potentially offering details that could be difficult for the defense to contest. Legal analysts, including Gene Deal, have emphasized that Cassie's civil lawsuit played a pivotal role in bringing renewed focus to Diddy's alleged behavior, effectively helping to lay the groundwork for the subsequent criminal investigation. Her involvement underscores how one civil action can escalate into far-reaching legal consequences, demonstrating the ripple effect a single case can have within a high-profile legal battle.
How did that? A long question.
Did he miss that train?
How did that go?
That train might have left the
That
station.
train took off from the station.
You were right there to
That
get on
train
that.
took off from the station for sure.
You were close. I wasn't at that train station.
You left early?
No, that was down the street from me. I wasn't there. No.
Did you ever meet Diddy?
Yo, what the Bro, yo.
I forgot you
He's like,
actually
yo,
might have.
I'm seeing pictures with you.
50 Cent may end up being the only person daring enough to reveal the full extent of this saga. His upcoming docuseries, Did He Do It?, is slated for release soon, and insiders warn it could send shockwaves through the entertainment industry. Once it airs, the revelations have the potential to drastically reshape public perception and rewrite key aspects of the narrative surrounding Diddy and those tied to him. This isn't just another celebrity expose. It's shaping up to be one of the most closely watched scandals in recent memory, with legal, social, and cultural repercussions that could reach far beyond the world of entertainment.
Exhibit that was filed in this case, and it's called Disclosure as to Expert Witness Dawn M. Hughes, PhD, ABPP. Dr. Hughes is a clinical psychologist and a board-certified forensic psychologist, and a leading expert on sexual abuse, interpersonal violence, victimization, and traumatic stress. The following includes the anticipated opinions the government expects Dr. Hughes will offer regarding sexual abuse and victim responses to sexual abuse, coercive control, coping strategies during and in relation to sexual abuse, delayed disclosure, and memory of sexual abuse. Quote, the government expects that Dr. Hughes will testify about coercive control as a tactic of victimization, i.e. the state to process of becoming a victim, and a strategy to gain dominance across a spectrum of relationships. Coercive control often includes a variety of physical, sexual, and/or emotional tactics that together function to control the victim. Allegations implicate dozens of unidentified witnesses and alleged co-conspirators around the world, and some of the key witnesses to the supposed incidents are dead. Basically meaning, how can we defend against it? The defense is not even permitted to share the identities of the individuals described in the disclosure letter with Mr. Combs until April 18th, further hampering defense counsel's ability to investigate. Collectively, these new allegations require many months, if not years, to investigate, and if admitted, would require a series of mini-trials certain to double the length of a trial the government originally said would last 3 weeks. So this is an explosive allegation that on its face, I don't know if I necessarily disagree with. If they are bringing in evidence of uncharged conduct, wouldn't the defense have an opportunity to investigate it and challenge it? It seems like they're making a point. So if this